Hi friends! This is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Fatal 12. I think this is part 8 or 9-ish. Doesn't matter. Welcome back. Also, we hit 100 subscribers! It's a big deal. Thank you guys for all of your support, all of your comments, everything that you leave me. This is great. I was just blown away. I just kind of looked up and suddenly it was like 100 and I'm like, oh my god. When did that happen? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. YouTube is such a connected thing for me. I've always loved YouTube and YouTube communities and building that community together, and that's why, you know, I started there, DaintyTank, is to play gay games together, or play games gay together. It's basically just playing together and hanging out together. So, with that, let's jump straight back into Fatal 12. So, last we left off, poor Kikyo got eliminated, which is really sad, by Alan Scorpion is his name. He now has Rinka's name, and will probably target her next. Probably. So, we also learned early on that there was that girl who got eliminated first. Don't know anything about her besides she was American, so obviously she got eliminated first. But she called Alan Bill, which either says that she was being told by him a different name. He just flat out lied and gave her a different name to get her information, which is completely plausible. Or he has a different name in his past, and his regret could be something around his name. So, we'll see. Alright, let's continue. Boop. Or do I have to load? Load. Load! Okay. The White Visitor. Yep. That's why we stopped. 3 days passing. Kinda happens. Oh, sorry, I didn't even notice. Hooty hooty hoot hoot. We had a little visitor. Really pumped about Owl House Season 2, if you couldn't tell. Boop. Stay over there. 3 days have now passed since Kikyo's elimination. In terms of information, I'm a bit of a standstill. I planned on doing more research on Alan, but finding the time has proven difficult, considering can't just close the store. Time isn't the only issue either. There's also the fact that I just plain suck at doing proper research. I'm aware that I can't let things go on like this. Right. What if you worked with Miharu? I decided to close the door and head to the library for a bit today. I can look for business reports and interviews that involve him, maybe. I have to force myself to consider how much easier it would be if Naomi were with me. Use her as your research arm, from afar, via text. After closing up the store, I fuddled my words there. After closing up the store, and before going to the library, I come across an unexpected scenario. A lone girl is lying on the pavement. Looks like she passed out. We're saving on this one. Save the data. It could be a trap, but you kinda don't want to just leave a mysterious girl who looks like she might have passed out on a pavement. You gotta talk to her. Excuse me. Tap on her shoulder and call out to her with concern in my voice. Huh? She reacted to my voice, so I know she's conscious at least. At first I thought I'd have to call an ambulance, but it looks like there's no need. After a while she turns to look at me. I feel myself turn pale as her face is revealed by the sunlight. I've seen her 3 times, not just anywhere, but in the dream world, at the court of fate. This is numeral 10. Woo! Plot twist! Why are you here? Don't tell me you know my name as well. If that's the case, this is bad. It would mean I've spent too much time on things other than divine selection. I was so caught up in investigating Ellen that I forgot about all of the other participants. Oh my god. What? My name is Sophia Przenitz Alexandrovna. Forgive my pronunciation of everything. Way too long, so call me Sonya. I could say Sonya. She doesn't even stand up to introduce herself. Are you alright? Like, in the head? I insult her almost out of instinct. But can you blame me? No participant should just introduce themselves like that. I have a request. I say nothing, so she keeps on. I must ask that you please give me food, for I cannot move in my current state. What? She asks for a meal, in a very stilted manner of speaking. Based on the blonde hair and blue eyes, I presume she's from Russia or somewhere else in Northern Europe. She shouldn't be able to understand or speak Japanese without the aid of her card book either. However, unlike Ellen, there are noticeable flaws in her language fluency. Oh. I don't even have my book on me right now, which must mean... Do you understand Japanese? Yes, I love Japan lots. No, I gotta redo this character a little bit. Yes, I love Japan lots. I'm sorry, but my hunger is almost at its limit. I will lose my ability to speak in approximately 5 seconds. Hold on. She shuts her mouth after dropping that bombshell, as if battery has run out of juice. Oh god. I do feel sorry for her, so I end up taking her to a nearby family restaurant. There's plenty to eat at a Lion House, but letting another participant in probably isn't the smartest course of action, thus I brought her here instead. I'm shocked to learn that she seems to have told the truth about her name. Checked my book before leaving, and lo and behold, I've obtained a new card. Oh god. She hasn't uttered a single word after her food-related shutdown, so I ordered her some spaghetti bolognese and Salisbury steak. Bolognoise? French words. Those seem like safe bets for someone her age. When the food does arrive, Sonya's body shoots up straight as an arrow. Oh, that's adorable! Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub! I thought you were unable to speak. She ignores my reaction and proceeds to dig in. I figure she'll go hog wild, but nope. She takes time to wrap the pasta around her fork. She even uses a knife and fork to cut the Salisbury steak. She even finishes off all the corn that comes on the side without issue. What's more, she eats all the pasta without splashing any sauce. Hard to believe that someone who just collapsed from hunger could be such a dainty eater. DaintyTank eater? No, don't, no. Delicious! Japanese food is truly exquisite. Thank you for saving me from death by starvation while I laid on the pavement. I'm pretty sure we were told that we can't die outside of being eliminated. I wonder what would have happened if I ignored her. No point in thinking about it, I guess. Chances are someone else would have done the same thing I did. The big city might be somewhat heartless, but I doubt people would be willing to ignore a child who had to collapse on the street. Now that you're revitalized, it's time to tell me all about you. Call me Sonya! Also, I apologize for the blunt request, but she looks like... Oh, looks like she can use some more difficult words after all. I brought my book along, and her bag looks like it can fit her, so right now we should both have them with us. Despite that, her stilted speech remains. She really must be speaking Japanese all on her own. If she were speaking Russian, then the book would translate it into fluent Japanese for me. It seems that I happen to still be hungry. Could I mayhap order something else? I am about to say no, and that she said enough, but then she unleashes the sad puppy dog eyes on me. Those are very sad puppy dog eyes. Fine, but only something small, okay? I heave a sigh after checking my purse. I wish I knew why I'm being this kind to another participant. Wow, there's so much here! She struggles to contain her excitement at the menu options. This is my first time coming to a family restaurant. There's so much that I don't know what to choose. From Western to Japanese to Chinese, they even have borscht. Now I think I'm curious about Japan's take on my homeland's food. So she is Russian. Your wording sure gets weird sometimes. So I take it you're Russian? I am. Technically borscht is from Ukraine, but it is also a Russian cuisine staple. How can you be this excited over a family restaurant then? I'm pretty sure they exist in Russia as well. I really got to leave the house, you see? Also, I've decided. I will have the negatorodon, oyakudon, and katsudon. No idea what those are, but they definitely sound very intriguing. I would love to try food from Japan. One that I've been excited about, that might be good for my dietary restrictions, is akiyomiyaki, the pancake cabbage thing. It looks really good. Not going for the borscht, huh? Hold on. Are you sure about this? You're gonna get a ton of rice. Wait, no. I don't remember saying you get 3 more entrees. Am I not allowed? She tilts her head and rubs her stomach. Oh god. Just make sure you eat all of it. Sonya watches with starry eyes as I press the buzzer that summons one of the waitstaff. Jeez. Guess she never seen that either. I can't help but sigh in disbelief at how big of a pushover I am, while she happily eats her bowls of food. I really am an easy target, aren't I? It could all be part of her plan, too. She uses the fact that she's a kid to lure me into a false sense of security, and then takes advantage of it to get all sorts of info out of me. Granted, I don't get that impression from her whatsoever, especially when she's the one who revealed her own information to me. I sigh again, this time in regards to how confusing the whole situation is. Ugh, my head hurts. Phew, now I'm stuffed. Thank you for the food! She's cleaned out all 3 bowls without skipping a beat. You can use chopsticks too? Yes, I love Japan, so I study lots about its culture and language. I am aware that Japan is a land of samurai, magical girls. Land of samurai and magical girls! It'd be my pleasure to meet them someday. Incidentally, my young Miss... Okay, stop. You're definitely not calling me that. I can't tell you my name either, so how about sis? Onee? Very well, Onee-chan. I have another request to make of you. I decide not to bother pointing out that I told her to just use sis. I'm guessing your request is for some dessert? Fine, but promise me we'll talk once you're done. Yes, I promise! Oh, let me press the button though. Let me press the button though! Oh my god, with the arms. She ends up getting both parfait and a cake for dessert. That's gotta be very expensive. How could she fit all that into her tiny body? Watching her eat makes me want to get something for myself, so I order a small parfait. Dang. Also, good job with subtle details of the dishes changing. Delish. She gives me a thorough review of her dessert after obliterating it. I'm amazed. She finishes both of hers before I do mine, even if I am taking it slow. That should be enough, right? I make it obvious that it's time for her to talk. She may be a kid, but this is still a negotiation. Is it? Like, you just kind of just brought her to a restaurant. Like, there was no agreed upon anything. I give her food in exchange for her telling me what's going on. Why she was collapsed outside a limehouse, and why she revealed her name so readily. Very well. My name is Sophia. Way too long, so call me Sonya. Yeah, we did that part already. Your reactions are fun, sister. Aw, are you messing with me? But your voice is also scary. What do you mean, also? What else about me is scary? Your face. I thought you looked scary from the moment I first saw you. So she says with a bright and beaming smile. In all honesty, I'm aware that I can look pretty scary at times. Being told that to my face kind of hurts. Right, that's enough of changing that subject. I'm sorry, I just wanted to talk more because you're a kind person. That was perhaps rude of me. Not to worry though, the next participant to be eliminated will be me. She keeps her smile, but something about her looks sad. Ooh. Sorry. One sec. Sorry about that. Allergies blew up for a second. She keeps her smile, but something about her looks sad when she says that. It takes me a moment to process her words, despite the obvious meaning behind them. Huh. Oh no. Oh, did you not ask more information? I'm not sure how this situation has come about. Don't tell me you brought her home. We're in the middle of the big city, so naturally the place is crowded. There are plenty of customers waiting to be seated. In other words, the staff kindly asked us to leave after a while. Even though we were in the middle of a conversation. Still haven't fully digested what she means either. That's why... Wow, this is a very nice store! I end up taking Sonya with me back to the Lion House. It's the only place I can think of where we're able to sit down and talk. Sonya looks like a middle school student at best, so I doubt no harm can come from this. No! If she is right and she's about to be eliminated, then Rinka, think ahead. That means her cards are going to be available for selection for the next person, whoever eliminates her. Just no. 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 Ugh. So I doubt, yeah. There's also the fact that the police might have stopped us somewhere. Hard to avoid suspicion with a girl in her school uniforms walking around with a foreign child at night. Oh, yeah, I forgot you had a cat. It's a really cute cat. Meow. It's a kitty! You really do know some random words. Didn't realize you were here, Leith. Feels like I haven't seen Leith in a while, actually. Shouldn't you be feeding the cat? And taking care of the cat? I know it's been fine, since it's still made sure to eat the food I'd left out for it. Meow meow. Japan's cats are just as cute as I read about. Look, Professor, it's a cat! Oh my god, that's so cute. Meow. Oh my god, that's not fair. Oh my god. Oh my god. Professor is a reference to Sonya's stuffed animal. Oh! This is not fair. It's one of those small plushies you find in toy stores. They fit nicely into your hand. This one's a bear, so it might be appropriate to call it a teddy bear. Sonya is poking and prodding Leith with it. It'd scratch me if I tried to do the same, considering his personality, but right now, it's sitting back and taking it despite the obvious displeasure. I wonder if it realizes it's dealing with a child? Well, let me get some milk for you. And some for me too! Yeah, hold your horses. At least I can go about things at my leisure, since we're in my house. I place Sonya's chair on the table and Leith's bowl underneath. Once she sits down, I take the seat across from her. Leith wastes no time in drinking the milk once she's finally free of Sonya's grasp. I guess it really didn't enjoy that experience. Oh, let's continue where we left off. She places both of her hands on the glass and takes a sip. Oh my god, that's just so cute. Ah! You can tell she was raised to be a proper lady based on how she handles things like that. I thought the same back at the family restaurant. And not as a means to encourage her to continue. She also seems like a different person compared to how she was messing around with Leith. I meant what I said. You believe me, yes? That's why you brought me here. I will tell you all about me. But first, I would like to know, please, why did you believe me? Let's see. There's not much for you to gain for saying that after revealing your name to me. That, plus it didn't seem like you were fishing for info on me. It's not like I trusted her out of instinct, and certainly not because she's a kid. That's why I took a detour on our way back here. There could have been someone following us on the off chance that she's cooperating with other participants, so I wanted to make sure of that first. Sorry to say this, but I don't flat out trust you. Logic only dictates that you weren't lying. I only trust in myself. Ugh. Despite your appearance, you are a kind person. You could have left that first part out. Meow. Oh, the face changed with that meow. Just as we were about to get into the thick of it, Leith meows and lays down underneath the table. I assume it feels satisfied after having its milk. Sonya watches it curled up with a smile on her face. We had a cat at my house too. I was always too little to leave, so it was one of my few friends. The others were books, the internet, and Pazazir. I am saying that absolutely wrong. Forgive me. Yes, you see, my cause of death was illness. I can go into further detail if you wish. That's alright. I'd rather hear more about you. Keep going. While not enough to create a new card, I still opt to listen to her life story instead. The fact that she's telling me this means she's fine revealing her cause of death. She really is convinced that she'll be the next person eliminated, but why? Much like you, Divine Selection has given me another brief chance to live my life. I told Papa and Mama about it, and they became convinced when they realized that I was feeling much better than usual. However, my condition will likely be the way it was before. Even if I do survive these 12 weeks, I would make it much longer either way. Oh. So you don't think surviving would also cure you of your condition? Yes, that's what I believe. That's why I don't mind losing. So long as I can experience as much of the outside world during this time that I can, I'm happy. From what I learned about the world at home, Japan caught my interest the most. That's why I wanted to experience its culture. Not the ninja and samurai, but Japan as it is now. I was rather excited when I obtained my card book. Japan's anime holds a special place in my heart. In one magical girl anime, the girl transforms and fought using a book and cards similar to these. Card capture Sakura? Is that how I'm saying it? I might be saying it wrong, but yeah, no, exactly the anime. It had like the wand and like boom, hit that card and then magical girl things enabled. Not being able to experience the outside world is my regret. That's why I want to do so now. Her words trigger my book lighting up, creating a new card. Sonya smiles when she sees that happen, but unlike her smile in the family restaurant, there's an echo of sadness within it. Her childlike innocence clashes heavily with her mature realization that she's just come a step closer to being eliminated. After observing the situation for a while, we finally decided to take a family trip to Japan together. Papa and Mama may forget about our trip once I'm eliminated, but at the very least, I wanted to make the most of my remaining time. You're alone right now? So I assume something happened with them. Yes, that's right. While we were observing the situation, those with my name card were also watching us. Oh no. They had set a trap for us the moment we landed by means of our taxi. A trap? Yes, they posed as taxi drivers and threatened to kill Papa and Mama if I didn't tell them all my information. The worst possible situation springs to mind when I hear that. It sounds exactly like something Alan Scorpion would do. Was Numeral 12 involved by chance? No. Oh, it was Odette. Her denial only serves to worry me more. All it means is that there are others willing to resort to the same methods as them. It was Odette and Frederico. Those two are working together. Oh, those two. Have you met them before? I shake my head in response. Numeral 3, Federico Carmignati. I ended up with his name card during the initial distribution. Having seen him in the real world, in the dream world several times, I know he's tall and slender. As for Numeral 12, she's the one responsible for eliminating Numeral 7. Much like Alan, her eyes are as frigid as they come. Terrifying, giant woman with washboard abs. Yes. Those two working together definitely comes as a surprise. I figured I would have the advantage against Numeral 3 because I have his name card, but if he's with her, then that's no longer the case. I realized that I've interrupted her. I apologize and wait for her to pick up where she left off. I told them everything to save Papa and Mama, but the man said it wasn't enough. He wanted to know about the other cards I held too. I happened to have one of Numeral 11's cards. Her regret card. Oh! So I looked her in the eye and said that I could tell him, but it would lead to bad results for them. I expected her to be angry, but she just laughed. Ooh, damn, she's got guts more guts than the old geezer despite her age. That's what I'm talking about. I can't believe Sonya threatened me, you know? Jeez, if she wants to see the world, maybe I'll let her after showing that kind of bravado. What? Why is it in quotations? Is this you thinking? More, oh, she's quoting. Damn, she's got more guts than that old geezer despite her age. That's what I'm talking about. Can't believe Sonya threatened me, you know? Jeez, if she wants to see the world, maybe I'll let her after showing that kind of bravado. Say what you will, but I like this kid. Numeral 11 was apparently full of cheer as she praised Sonya for her rebellious act. She had a condition, though. Sonya wasn't allowed to be with her parents until her last day, as a means of preventing them from trying anything. So long as she did that, they were willing to both spare her parents and let her do as she pleased. Oh, come on. She just wanted to prevent you from using her face and regret as a means to get information on her. Oops, for shouting out of nowhere. While your voice may sound scary, I know that your words are kind. Not many would get angry for the sake of someone they need to eliminate. What? Well, as long as Papa and Mama are safe, I'm okay. Besides, like I said, I won't live for long regardless. Have you acknowledged your own death then? What do you mean, acknowledged? Well, do you feel that's going to happen, no matter what? Yes, I have, even before divine selection began. I knew I would die as soon as I found out about my condition. That might explain the sadness in her smile earlier. I'm not sure whether doctors or her parents told her, but she's likely been informed of how long she has to live multiple times. But just by looking at her, I can tell she's been raised with love. However, her inevitable death has probably been looming over her head ever since she found out. Just because she knows and has accepted her death doesn't mean she isn't scared to face it, of course. It must have been tough for you. I pat her head. There. I should have learned with Kikyo that getting attached to other participants is dangerous, and yet I can't stop myself. Sonya likely gave up on her life and chose to act like she's fine for the sake of her parents and those around her. I refuse to believe that she's truly accepted it, though. Her expression right now proves it to me. I knew what was in store for me for a long time, so I told myself that things weren't tough. But now, I'm not so sure. I don't have the means to provide her with true salvation here. I do feel for her, though. No one should have to go through what she has at such a young age, but I can't give my own life in exchange. I can't forget that I just met her today, too. We're not even friends. And yet, for some reason, I'm racking my brain for her sake. This entire time, she's been wearing a particular expression on her face. She likely doesn't truly understand her feelings yet. Not that I can blame her. I'm in the same boat. Light had disappeared at some point during our chat. The light reflects off its empty milk bowl, casting a strong shadow. I spend the rest of the time just patting Sonya's head. Just like, good job. Oh my god, you let her sleep over. What is going on here? Good morning. Ah! It's time to wakey. I struggle to muffle my own voice as I hear someone else's shouting into my ear. The voice belongs to none other than Sonya. She revealed last night that she had no lodging plans, so I agreed to let her stay here to avoid her having to roam the streets. I'm surprised you let me stay, though. I was of the impression that I could stay at one of those so-called manga cafes with ease. Sounds to me like you've been browsing the internet too much, young lady. Besides, those aren't exactly hotels in the first place. She tilts her head inquisitively in response to my surprise. I know a lot of people do stay overnight at them, but I can't see anyone getting a good night's sleep on a chair. That, and I doubt they'd let a kid in there so late at night. Are you okay with your decision, though? She tilts her head in the opposite direction, this time with wide and hopeful eyes. She's referring to the promise I made with her last night. I promised to give her a tour of Japan, even if it's a brief one. She may be able to speak Japanese, but this is still a whole new culture for her. That end, it'll be a lot more fun with two people, won't it? Aww, sister. Aw, you guys are so cute. Ah, but that's so dangerous, Rinka, because, like, if 3 and 11 are involved, you know Odette's keeping tabs of where the heck Sonya is, which means that she's keeping tabs of, like, who Sonya talks to. So that's a problem. I'm glad I came across someone as kind as you. That alone makes coming to Japan worth it. Save that for after you've got some good memories. Don't forget that we're staying within Tokyo. There's good meaning behind this during divine selection. So long as I survive, her memories and experiences here in Japan won't disappear. Oh, and don't forget that I've got to go to school, so we need to meet at Shinjuku Station in the evening. Understood. She smiles and raises an arm to the air as part of her enthusiastic reply. If only I had realized then what it was she kept hidden behind that smile. Oh no. Is that foreshadowing? Good morning, Rinka. Oh my god, you should total Miharu. She would beat Marini. Good morning. Yo, did you notice I turned morning Rini into one word? I forget how stupid these are at screen. Coming to school has helped me to settle down lately. Being reminded that I've still got a regular life despite everything does wonders for one's mental state. Aww, you're gonna ignore it? What kind of reaction were you expecting from me? Well, good night, my friends. What? It's always a touch relieving to see Mal act as she always does. Mal lets the comment fly over her head and sprawls out over her desk instead. I bet she's pulled another all-nighter. If that's the case, good luck waking her before lunchtime. It's impossible for me to not smile at that freedom of hers. No matter what happens, I'll always have this place. Yeah. Oh. Screw lunch. I'm still tired, so back to sleep I go! Well then, we may as well go to the rooftop. Yeah. What have you been up to that makes you this tired though? Stayed up watching the drama because they were airing the whole thing at once online. By the time it was over, there was the sun. Wait, so you didn't get any sleep at all? That's why I'm sleeping now. Yeah, she's out of the game. Miharu seems to be thinking the same thing. Oh, is there going to be a moment? Oh my god. When was the last time the two of you managed to get time alone like this? No, the two of us. When's the last time two of us managed to get time alone like this? Make our way to the rooftop after buying lunch. Miharu is eating light, as usual. Today really is one of those perfect days for sitting up here. And yet, the fact that we're the only ones doing it proves that we really are avoided by others. To be honest, I feel like that's more of a blessing than a curse these days. I have to admit, I'm happy that we can still spend time together like this, even while divine selection is happening. She accompanies her comment with that usual charming smile of hers. Save. Save. No, you're happy too. It's a bit awkward. Nah, it's happy. You're happy. I'm happy about it too. Rinka. Oh. You're probably going through some tough times thanks to this whole situation as well, so just being able to sit here and forget about it for a while really is nice. I really meant what I said. I really meant was I said. I think that was meant to be what I said. I know that I'll do everything I can for the sake of your smile. Let's not get into that for the time being. Are you aware of her feelings and you're dodging it so hardcore? Is that really what's going on here, Rinka? Is that what's going here? Miharu's expression as she declared her intention to give her life or mine flashes across my mind all of a sudden. Gotten over a lot of things lately, but that's not one of them. Oh, sorry. Well, do you mind if I ask you something? She changes the topic before preparing to bite into her sandwich. You haven't been meeting with Naomi recently, have you? It was a pretty standard question, but her face looks deadly serious. She's gotten really good at brewing coffee now, so there's no need for to keep coaching her. Besides, she's busy with cultural festival preparations. Something happened between you two, right? Oh. I haven't told Miharu that Naomi was helping me out. That would put unnecessary pressure on them both. And it's why I have no idea how to answer her question. Miharu persists, despite my hesitation though. There's a stark difference between asking another participant like me for help as opposed to someone uninvolved like her. You realize how dangerous things can get. Then you decided to put some distance between you, correct? It was the right call. Don't ask how I know about this though. I just need you to understand that I'm not as dense as you when it comes to how people interact with one another. Thank you for calling out Rinka's denseness. That's really, really important there. Naomi's attitude has been very different than usual. Starting with last week, you could say she looked like she had a true purpose motivating her. I guess I should have tried to hide it from you. Don't worry about that. I'm aware that you did it with me and Mao in mind. Thanks, Miharu. But you're right. I made sure that you won't help me out anymore. I'll handle the rest on my own. If only you'd asked me for help, but no. Huh? Wait. Miharu casts her eyes over to the entrance and then speaks to me in a whisper. We're being watched. I heard a noise coming from over there just now. Sure it's not another student? That would be an issue. But what if it's not? The implication is clear. We can't discount the possibility of another participant having made their way into the school to keep an eye on us. I'll open the door. No, let's open it together. We're best off in the worst case scenario that way. She nods, and we make our way to the door under the pretense that we're heading back to class. We don't hear any footsteps, so it's likely they're still there. As it turns out, our guess is right on the money. Your sister, my stomach has reached its limit again. Mind explaining this? Miharu directs her question at me. Here we go. Thank you for actually being a source of reason on this of what the heck are you doing? Oh, well, this'll take a while to explain. This is one of those rare times where I can't help but clasp my hands on top of my head in a panic. Like this? Don't get that one. Oh, Maid Cafe. Sorry, Rinka, but even I have to point out how dumb this situation is. Yeah, I'm well aware. Wowie! So this is a maid cafe. I've heard so much about them. Sonya wanders around the store, taking in every aspect of it. I suppose this isn't the kind of place you'd find in Russia. Yeah, maid cafes are kind of very Japanese. In the ideal world, I wouldn't have come here. Not to say that maid cafes are bad in general, but I don't really like standing out among the predominantly male customer base. Plenty of anime and manga are set in schools, so that seems to have led Sonya to take an interest in what they are really like. Seems she had to enroll in a correspondence school due to her condition, which meant that she'd never actually had the chance to go to a physical school. As such, going to one that was part of being able to see the world at large in her eyes. That's why she snuck into Amicha High to watch what I was doing. Figured she would have been doing. I figured she would have been caught doing so, but she gave me this excuse. I trained myself in the art of ninja, so I had no issues. Of course. She made some wacky hand gestures at the same time. Apparently, they're from the anime that had aired while I was in elementary school. Your kindness is something I should be proud of as your friend, but you're going to do more damage than you think if you finish that sentence. Miharu was obviously baffled, so I could only give her a timid response. Lunch break ended not long after we discovered Sonya, so we had to get her to lay low somewhere until school was over. On our way back, I explained that I let her stay in my place. Once Miharu mentioned that she had to go to work, the topic shifted to what Miharu's job entailed. Sonya's odd impressions about certain parts of Japan has led her to believe that maid cafes represent the country just as much as places like Kiyomizu Temple, so she's pretty much forced us to take her. You don't regret your decision, do you? I don't. In that case, I can still say I'm proud of you. Aww. Sonya makes her way back over to the table just as we wrap up our conversation. There are a number of ornaments and notes littering the store, so it's not uncommon for customers to leave their seats. However, it certainly is odd for a girl her age to be wandering around a store like this. That's why all our eyes are on us when she returns. Oh my goodness. Maids are normally in charge of household chores, correct? Why did you become one when you're only in high school? I'm only working here part-time. Also, you won't find the kind of maids you're imagining here in Japan. Whoa. Come on, I need to crush her. Come on, no need to crush her dreams. Oh, I see. And here I was thinking you're secretly magical girl Miharu. Oh no, she has her name. Oh, that's bad. This is bad, friends. Like, yes, you're being nice to Sonya, and I love that. But you're giving her your names, and she's about to be eliminated, so guess what? More importantly, how do you know my... Oh, you must have overheard Rinka using it. What's this so-called special pancake? Oh god. Yuck. They've got those here? Ugh. Basically, the maid draws something on it and recites a spell to make it taste delicious. A spell! How interesting. I'll have one then. The entire store gasped in horror upon hearing her requests. Hold on. Rinka, that menu option doesn't quite fit with my character here, so ideally, I'd be able to refuse her requests. Not that I blame you. Right? Let's just say that those pancakes are particularly good in the first place. Certainly not worth the 5,000 yen price tag. I assume you know why they're so expensive. Moreover, this particular menu item exists solely to squeeze more money out of those single customers. I'd rather not have you enable the manager's wicked business tactics. So I don't get any? Unfortunately not. Unless you're willing to ask someone other than me. Just then, the manager calls Miharu over. I guess he's noticed our little conversation. Oh, her expression upon returning is an awkward mix of anger and despair. I am not getting into this. I want to know what's about to happen, but I think this is a good place to stop at this point. There's so much going on. Oh my god. With that, hit subscribe, hit the like, comment, let me know your thoughts, because oh my god, I have so many. Alright, with that, I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye!